Hey guys, it's Kylie here, Recreate Women's Fitness, and I am here today with the lovely Shannai. Thanks for coming, Shannai.
No problem.
Now, I'm excited to have Shannai. I have so many women I've talked to before, older, younger, perimenopause, pre-pregnancy, post-pregnancy, but the beautiful story about Shannai is she's quite a young, 24?
24.
24.
Yeah, almost 25.
Quite shy, believe it or not, very shy. And she is recently getting married. So Shannai, tell us why you first came to Recreate Women's Fitness.
3 years ago, I got engaged and I went into a really intense exercise routine.
Is that because you're thinking you're going to get married sooner or just at your age?
I just wasn't happy with my body. I was struggling mentally, not happy with any pictures that I had taken of me. So I thought, perfect timing. I have 3 years. Let's get into this and I'll be looking perfect. About 6 months into a really intense exercise routine, minimal calories, not eating properly, not exercising properly, I was doing it all wrong. I hurt my back and couldn't get out of bed for about a week. So after that, I had to stop all exercise. I couldn't even really walk anymore.
So how long were you out for? Like how long did you stop exercising for?
About a year and a half.
So a year and a half.
About a year and a half of no exercise really at all.
Yeah.
I would walk, but then I'd be in pain the next day. I'd have heat packs on my back at work just to get through the shift.
Yeah. So can I ask, were you exercising at home? Were you exercising in a different facility? Like, tell me about that.
I was exercising at home and walking. I was trying to walk 2 hours a day, which just wasn't right. Like, I didn't know what I was doing.
Were you exercising from an app? Were you making up your own routines?
I was exercising from an app.
Yeah.
So I was doing core workouts from an app. And trying to walk because I just thought if I burnt the calories, you'd lose the weight and it doesn't work that way. So after a year and a half, I fixed my back enough to
start exercising
something
again.
else. And then a ad for Rekreate popped up and I'd remembered I'd come here for a school sport so many years ago, and the ladies, I don't believe I met you personally, but the ladies were so nice. Yeah. And it was a girls' gym and I liked that fact. Yeah. So I decided to come give this a trial. We'll see how it goes. I wasn't overly consistent. I never really stuck with it. I would do something really intense for a week and then stop for a couple of weeks. Then I'll be like, no, I'm ready again and start again. And
so that is previously? Or?
Previously.
Because I was going to say, sure. I'm sure that's not the Shannai I know.
So I joined here and I came every day I could pretty much for the whole year from when I started about over a year ago. Yeah. I've been here almost every day since and love it.
I would say yes, she has. Yes. Tell me about, so you had a back injury, you were really unhappy with where you weren't consistent with anything, you're getting married. Tell me about the step from that point when you joined to where you are now. Tell me about the success of how you feel in yourself, how sexy you feel, getting ready for the wedding, which is in a couple of weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, excited.
3 weeks.
Tell me about that. Tell me what have you achieved since being here? Wow.
I've achieved so much since being here. I joined because I wasn't happy with my body and I hated myself in every photo, but it wasn't the fact that I needed to change my body. I needed to change my mindset. Because I've changed a lot. I have, but I have more changed my mindset than I have physical appearance, I believe. I look back at old photos now and I actually like them more than when I did when I took them. So coming here, the women here, they don't just want to help you improve your fitness, which they do amazingly, but they want to help you with your nutrition, which I always struggled with, your mental health, which really helps you with the perspective of your body.
Yes, exactly.
And they're very in tune with women, so like hormonal effects on the body. I really knew nothing about it and I don't actually get my period. So the fact that you can talk me through taking like notice signs and everything and when you should
understanding when to back off.
Back off,
understanding when to back off when your cycle is coming, even though you don't have it. Being in a female facility has obviously
Really,
helped you with those things and educated you along the way.
Definitely.
So, Shannai, we've talked about your back. What were you doing before that hurt your back to what you are doing now? Tell me about that difference. Tell me what you were doing and what you're doing now. What's been the difference?
Well, previously I would walk 2 hours a day, which I've found isn't the best for your body to start with, the consistent walking up and down hills. But the worst of it was I was following app exercises. So it'd tell me to do a push-up, and I would do what I thought was a correct push-up.
Yeah,
but I would
exactly
have my butt in the air, and I wouldn't have my hands in the right position.
You wouldn't have your core switched on.
Yes, 100%. And then it would go into like the more complicated core exercises, which I can't even name them, to be honest. But I wasn't doing them correctly. I wasn't in the right positions. I definitely didn't have my core switched on, which you lovely ladies are constantly reminding us of. And it was about an hour of core workouts a day, 2 hours of walking a day, not eating enough, and it just built up. There was no moment that I went, oh, I've hurt my back. It was just I woke up one morning and was like, oh, Mum, I can barely move. Like, what have I done? And we went and talked to the chiropractor, and I told him what I was doing. And he's like, well, that's wrong. You've just twinged something, and I would put it down to incorrect exercising. Yeah.
So coming here to Recreate Women's Fitness, you tell me of your experience of what we do here on the floor to make sure that, like what you've done previously, that you're not going to get injured. Tell us about what's different about coming here for you.
The trainers are very focused on every single girl in the gym. So they'll watch you. If you're in an incorrect position, they'll come and show you how to be in the correct position. They'll consistently remind you to keep your core on, which is very important. If you have an injury, which I found is very common in everyone, they will change an exercise to accommodate for that injury, whether it's temporary or permanent. They'll always have an alternative exercise, so you're not aggravating a injury. I just kept working with my bad back, kept exercising incorrectly, even though it was sore, just didn't think anything of it, didn't have any alternative. So it's really good that the women here are very knowledgeable.
It can help you do that.
Yes.
You also touched on, which I find a lot of young women out there are really uneducated, maybe I could say that word, or just don't want to believe, but you are under eating, overtraining, not doing the exercises right. You come here to Recreate. You are eating more than you've ever eaten. We're correcting your technique, and you feel pretty amazing. Yes,
I do.
Right?
Yes. Leading up to the wedding, I've had a lot of photo shoots. I've had a lot of trials, lingerie shoots, and I can honestly say I used to hate photos. I would look through them and be like, nah, okay, that looks fine, but you can look at that, I won't bother. Now I look at them and go,
So even young or old, all women want to feel sexy in their own skin. I'm sure men want to feel great in their own skin as well. It's so important. And you're coming up to this wedding and you're telling me that you can look at photos of yourself and you think, wow, I look amazing. So I really loved chatting with Shannai today. I'll do that. What has been your biggest achievement? Do you want me to say that, Ali, or?
I want to hear about the wedding.
The wedding, yes. Yes. So, Shannai, tell me, the wedding's in 3 weeks. Tell me about it. How are you feeling? Tried the dress on? Tell me.
Yes, I've tried the dress on. I went dress shopping a few months ago and picked out this slim-fitting, strapless, tight, sexy gown, and I loved it at the time, but when I'm determined, I'm gonna look even better on the day. And
You tried it on the other day?
I took it in for the final fitting. I haven't got it back yet, but I put on for the final fitting, and I was really loving it on. It felt even more perfect at the time.
And that's how you want to feel on your wedding day. It's absolutely perfect. And you know what? I know you're going to look gorgeous, and I can't wait to see the photos. So I just want to thank Shannai for coming in today and sharing her story from that shy girl into the beautiful young woman she's become today. We love having her in our family, and I want to say thank you for your story.
Thank you.
Thank you.